Hello and welcome to another Dragonstorm Studios video. And today we're going to draw director James Gunn. Now some of you will know James Gunn best from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the man who made us care about a talking raccoon and a walking tree. However, I am currently doing this drawing as a celebration of an upcoming movie at time of recording called The Suicide Squad. By the time this posts on YouTube, I will have actually already seen the movie, and based on the reviews there so far, and based on the looks that I've seen with the trailers, I am so excited about this film, and for no other reason than it stars my favorite DC character, King Shark. So we're gonna draw James Gunn today, and we're gonna have him with my favorite character, King Shark. And if you want to know more about King Shark, you can find a video that I did a couple of months ago where I drew him. But today we're going to start by doing all of our basic shapes, doing all of our lines in the right spot so we can get our drawing started here. But I am so looking forward to the movie. And just going back to the movies in general. It actually will be, or has been, my first movie since the lockdowns have occurred. So that's super exciting. And we'll get to some details about my experiences with James Gunn during the course of this video. Welcome back, and as you can see, we have fast forwarded quite a bit. I have not had trouble drawing basic features in quite some time, but in two of my last several videos now, I have had some difficulty. And in this case, Mr. Gunn's eyes have given me a little bit of trouble. So I did a lot of the drawing off camera. There were actually several iterations of this drawing. So it is, I think I'm ready to move on at this point, but there was definitely some struggle involved. And that's a good thing, I think. I've been super lucky in the last several months actually in terms of my drawings. They've all turned out really well, many of them on first attempt. So here we've got one where it's really not turned out great until now. So I'll post a picture of how it was looking at one point, just so you can get a sense of how that turned out. But I am much happier with it now, and we can at this point move on to things like the glasses and the beard and details. I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out as time goes on as well, because there's often in a drawing a really difficult phase where all the details get in there. In fact, I might need to adjust the eyes here some more as well. We'll see how that pans out. All right, so the glasses are done. I think my assumption that the eyes were too big is really showing here, because even though the glasses seem to be accurate based on all the lines I drew, the eyes are taking up way too much space within the lenses. So I've got a little bit of work to do there. The beard is interesting because it is white. The skin is going to be darker than the beard itself, so it's going to require some shading there. So I'm blocking out where the beard goes, and then I'll be shading the cheeks and the neck and areas around the beard to make that white stand out more. And then I'll take the blending stomp later and just add some shading to it. Forehead, same thing, just adding some shading to it just to make sure that you've got some darkness along the edges to make it look rounded, and then there'll be a reflection of light there in the middle, almost like a third eye, which is going to look odd at this point of the drawing, but all of these little hatch marks and rough areas are going to be smoothed out later on. So it's coming together, but certainly, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something with these eyes. So fairly happy with how it's looking at the moment. I'm gonna draw King Shark in now, taking a bit of a break from drawing the portrait. I'm actually quite interested to see how this turns out now, because it has given me more trouble than I'm certainly used to. King Shark is a great character, and again, I talk more about him in another video, but essentially he's a character who I didn't even know existed until The Flash Season 2, a DC television series, and I was just, I mean, I'm a shark fan to begin with anyways. The idea of a human shark hybrid metahuman is just fantastic to me. So he's looking great in the trailers for the movie, and I'm hoping that he's one of the ones that survives till the end. I mean, you can do a lot with a crazy Hawaiian shark god after all, so we'll see how things turn out with him. But we're gonna get the basic shape in here. We're gonna try and get some details in. We've got eyes, nostrils getting in there, and I'm sure I'm going to have a ton of fun with the shading. One of the hardest things about drawing a shark in general is the shading to make it look like it's torpedo shaped and coming towards you from a front view. And this adds an extra layer of challenge because he's got a humanoid body with a shark head. So that alone presents interesting challenges for not only the artist but also for the concept artist in the movie, I'm sure. I would love to get some of the concept art for this film. In fact, one of the very few art books that I purchased for film was the Guardians of the Galaxy art book that came out a number of years ago, and I'm looking forward to seeing at my local bookstore, or maybe I can find it on Amazon, the art book for this film as well, because there's so many interesting design choices for all of the characters, really. So looking forward to seeing how that turns out. So not looking amazing yet, but with the shading, it will look better. Okay, so as we add some more details, some more shading, some more texture to the work, I mentioned earlier that James Gunn, I believe his first film was called Slither, and I actually am not a huge horror fan, if you've seen other videos I've done in the past, but I did get a chance to watch it relatively recently, and my goodness, you can see the director kind of cutting his teeth and getting some really cool work done in this film. You can see where the creativity and just the ideas come from. What a fantastic concept. Definitely not for the squeamish, and I consider myself fairly squeamish. There were a couple scenes which I was taken aback by, and some of the things they did, some of the visual trickery was incredible. But yeah, just a great filmmaker, and I've done several in the past. I think Guillermo del Toro is my favorite of the ones up until now that I've done. So check that video if you get an opportunity. It also allows me to show off more of those beginning stages and drawing the face as well. So check out that video if you want to see what you missed from the first and second parts of this video, where I had to kind of skip through some details because, man, there were some challenges early on. All right, so here we have the final version. You can see that I did adjust the hand a little bit. The shoulder I think was a bit too low, so now King Shark looks a bit more in proportion. The hand doesn't look quite as good, but I've done it and redone it so many times now that I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm hoping that you enjoyed that video. Definitely not one of my best, definitely a more problematic video, but those are good to showcase, I think, too. So I'm pretty happy with the end result overall. If you did enjoy that video, please feel free to give me a like, share, subscribe if you think the channel and video deserves it. Hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and go back to the movies. Take care. Bye-bye.